The Applegate-Dorros Peace and International Understanding Award is presented to an NEA member, NEA local affiliate, NEA state affiliate, or an individual whose activities in education contribute to international understanding and motivate youth to work for world peace. Our winner this year is from the state of California.
Hi, I'm Dean Vogel, President of the California Teachers Association. And when I think back on what I've learned about peace and understanding between cultures, I realize I've learned most of it from one man who's been working tirelessly and setting an example for all the rest of us for over 20 years, my friend, Peter Brown.
In Chiapas, in southeast Mexico, the children are learning about their history. They are an indigenous people, descendants of the Mayans, who have been persecuted by European invaders since the 16th century.
The Zapatista National Liberation Army, or EZLN, declared war on the Mexican government.
The Zapatista uprising in the mid-90s turned them into the rebels they are today.
Death to indigenous people.
But the chance to be students came courtesy of activists like San Diego teacher Peter Brown. Peter first visited the area 20 years ago when there were no real schools for the children. As a dedicated teacher, he decided to do something to change that. He created Schools for Chiapas, a nonprofit organization that raises money to build schools and provide support for the indigenous population in what is the poorest region in Mexico. But he knew he couldn't do it alone. Over the past 2 decades, Peter has led over 100 service and educational tours so others can learn firsthand about the daily realities of children and families in rural Mexico. One of the biggest staples of Mayan life for thousands of years has been corn. But now, genetically modified corn from multinational companies in the U.S. is infecting the indigenous corn stalk of the Chiapas. Peter and Schools for Chiapas is dedicated to helping preserve the natural corn. Education is key. Peter shares his knowledge with schools around the country and helps different groups plant native corn. Education is at the heart of all Peter does. In his role as chair of the Human Rights Committee of the San Diego Education Association and as a teacher in various local schools, Peter actively promoted involvement among young people, and they are frequent participants on his educational trips to Chiapas. While there, many of the young delegates have been inspired to take up the cause of peace and to continue to work for human rights. Peter has been bringing his unique knowledge and insight to NEA leaders and members, both through the NEA Peace and Justice Caucus and the NEA RA for over 20 years.
13, Peter Brown. Thank you. First, I want to explain what genetically engineered foods are.
And he has traveled the world to promote peace, understanding, and cooperation. Whether he's teaching teenagers to plant Zapatista corn in San Diego or visiting a new school in the Chiapas Highlands, Peter Brown is sowing the seeds of change.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Brown.
Wow, amazing videos. I got lost. I'm so honored to be here tonight. However, I have to insist that this award can't be about Peter Brown. It must be about Schools for Chiapas. This award belongs to the hundreds of thousands of impoverished Mayan farmers in Chiapas, Mexico, who have sacrificed everything so that their children can attend community-run schools in the Mexican Southeast. So there will be schools for Chiapas. It belongs to those Mayans who died in battle on January 1st, 1994, whose rebel voice could be heard on the first day of the North American Free Trade Agreement. And it belongs to those Mayans who have spent the last 19 years peacefully building hospitals, cooperatives, and schools throughout Chiapas. This word also belongs to the NEA Peace and Justice Caucus for their years of support for schools for Chiapas. And it belongs to the NEA leaders who have written letters and opened doors so that there will be schools for Chiapas. Finally, this award belongs to the thousands of NEA members who, after buying supplies for their own classrooms all year long, have generously donated more for Schools for Chiapas every year at this convention. Tonight, I'm honored to accept this award, but I can only accept it in the name of all of you and in the name of all of our Indigenous brothers and sisters of Chiapas who work daily for a new and better world honoring justice, dignity, and democracy. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for supporting Schools for Chiapas.